Hello, Algebra 1. Today we are going to start a task, which is a PBA for this class. This is a test grade, so it's very important. I'm going to get you started today, just as I'm going to do with the people in person. And then tomorrow you'll be able to ask all your questions in person with me, and you'll be able to finish up your task. Okay. So this is not meant to be super hard, which is why me and Mrs. Brainer are going to get you started. So, first, let's talk about what the task is discussing with us. So, Ivan's furnace has quit working during the coldest part of the year. He's eager to get it fixed. He decides to call some mechanics and furnace specialists to see what it might cost him to have his furnace fixed. Since he is unsure of the parts he needs, he decides to compare the cost based on only service fees and labor costs. Okay. So a service fee is a one-time fee. So that's similar to our y-intercept. And a labor cost is what you pay the people per hour to work on your whatever you're getting worked on. So in this case, the furnace. Shown below are the price estimates for labor that were given to him by 3 different companies. Each company has given the same time estimate for fixing the furnace. So we have some info for company A, B, and C. So company A charges $35 per hour, and it doesn't say anything about a service fee. Okay, so in task 1, I'm going to write an equation for this. So y equals 35x. Okay, so in this case, I just want to point out that y is our cost and x is price of labor per hour. Okay, so really our x is just our hours. Okay, so however many hours they're asking us to work. Okay, but that slope is the price of the labor per hour. Okay, so company A charges $35 an hour to its customers. So we have y equals 35x. If you told me, if I added in there that company A has a service fee of $10, I would add 10 as my y-intercept. Okay, so that should kind of give you a little insight on how we would name our equation for B and C. Okay. And you'll be able to run your equations by me tomorrow in class to make sure you have the right ones, but I've done company A for you. Okay. Company B has that service fee of 20, so it should have a plus 20. And then it is $25 per hour. Okay. Company C's $45 service fee, $20 per hour. So anything per hour, that's our slope. A service fee is that one-time fee, that's our y-intercept. So the real main question of the task here is, for which intervals of time should Ivan choose company A, B, or C? Support your decision with sound reasoning and representation. Consider equations, tables, and graphs. So I'm asking you to represent your answer here in 3 different ways. I'm asking you to represent it with equations in task 1, a table in task 2. In task 3, you're going to work on task 3 with me tomorrow. I'm sorry, task 4 with me tomorrow. Task 3, I'm asking you to graph. So your goal today, I want you to finish task 3. So I want you to finish task 1, 2, 3. Stop there. Tomorrow we'll start task 4 and 5 together. Okay. So when you're filling out your table, I want you to replace this right here with the equation. So the first one we did was y equals 35x, if I remember correctly. Let's make sure I'm correct. Yep. So then whatever your new equation is here for company B, I want you to type it in there. Same here with company C. Now we're going to do a table. And when you do this table, you're going to kind of ignore these 2 columns and just focus on this is 1x and this is your y. Then when you do this column, this is your x, this is your y. Now the way you're going to fill this table out is just like we would any other table. I have y equals 35 times my x. In this case, my x is 1. So 35 times 1 gives me $35. So that's my y, that's my cost right here. And I'm actually going to highlight that just so Miss Sweeney and anyone looking at this can know exactly what my answer is for that column. I would do the same thing here. Y equals 35 times. Now I'm looking at the x variable of 2. So I'm going to plug that 2 in here. And once again, I'm going to highlight this, and I would get 70 here. 35 times 2 gives me 70. So you would keep going with this all the way down. When you do this column, you'd be using a different equation, plugging in 1, then here plugging in 2, then here plugging in 3. Same thing with column C. You're just going to have a different equation for each column. This is going to be the easiest way to see your data, okay? Lastly, at home, I want you to go to desmos.com. You're going to open it up. It might take a minute here. Okay. You are going to click on this graphing calculator piece. Okay. And then right here on the side, that's where you plug in your equation. So our first equation was y equals 35x, and you'll see that it just graphs it for me. I would click on the space under it and put in my next equation. So let's just pretend this was my equation. Okay, that's not actually your equation, but just pretend. Then I would type in my third one right below it. Okay, and then I can use these. Now I have all 3 equations graphed, and I can use these to zoom in, zoom out. I can drag. My goal is to look at where the lines intersect. Okay, and now I just plugged in random lines, so they may take a while to intersect here. I think blue and green are about to cross. And then when I do see that they're intersecting, I could zoom in. Okay, it looks like that's their point of intersection. So this is the part where you want to show me this picture and you want to put it into our document over here. Now, everything you're doing for this project should be done right in this document, except for part 4, which we're going to do together in person tomorrow. Everything else I want typed right into the doc. So the graph, you'll notice I'm not having you do it on paper because I want you to type it. I want you to put this picture right into the doc. So right here is where you're going to screenshot. Now, if you don't know how to screenshot, I just did it. You hit Control and then you hit the let's see, it's the 6th button in if you on the top of your keyboard. It kind of has a box and then 2 lines after it. So Control and then the box with 2 lines after it. That is how you screenshot. And then since I just screenshotted that, if I wanted to put it into here, I would click here and I'm going to insert image, upload from my computer. And then that screenshot should be the first thing on my downloads because that's what I just did. And then that picture will pop up right in here. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. You just want to get me a nice picture of where they all intersect. Okay. So that is all you guys are doing today. You're filling out this table for me. You can use a calculator, figure out those other 2 equations, graph it, and insert a screenshot. Tomorrow in person, we will get to task 4, 5, and the extension and finish this up. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. Email me or Mrs. Brainer or come to ACLab if you need anything. See you tomorrow.